go. There he comes, coming up to the top. There he is. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, little guy. Head on back. Get big. I'm David Murray. Welcome to Gourmet Fishing. Today we're in beautiful Beaufort, South Carolina, on the Broad River, and we're looking for cobia. We're gonna drown some eels, hopefully entice them to munch down on a few of those little weird green snake-looking things. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Gourmet Fishing is brought to you in part by Pioneer Boats, Saltmarsh Apparel, Charleston Marine, Murray Lawn Care Service, and Jetty Cricket.
Its intensity may be more than some wish to be exposed to, and those people should.
You think of cobia as being a structure fish that you find coming in from channel buoys from offshore. They're sitting around looking for shade. They love structure. Structure holds bait fish. Now, the big question is, why do they come up the Broad River? What I understand from people a lot smarter than me and do this for a living is that it has something to do with the salinity factor of this river. It's equal to the offshore ocean. And they come in, they love the bait, they love being secure in a I guess you could say, a controlled environment. And the fish that they've sampled, 95% of those fish are ready to spawn. So they come in these rivers, they're kind of protected, they do what they gotta do, and off they go again. See how it's gonna rise way up and then drop right there? Yep. We're gonna try to anchor right there.
I try to anchor my boat such that the stern is positioned just past the high point of the hole that I'm targeting. These holes or depressions create tidal rips as the current moves in and out of the Broad River and move and disorient all the bait fish in the currents, eddies, and rips. With the stern positioned just past that high point, it allows me to drop my flatline bait straight down and position them on the downslope where the natural baits are being moved around for an easy cobia snack.
All right, one of the things that cobia love to do is eat eels. They got them little swimming snakes in there, so this is not one of my most favorite things to do, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot, catch one of these and hook them up. Look at that thing. Best way to get them, I found, is a dry towel. There's our eel. Yum, yum. Using a circle hook, it's a 7/0 Kamagatsu. Open up right through the bottom lip. We can let him go. This one I'm going to drop straight down behind the boat. We're going to put out a chum bag in a minute, and as that chum's moving back with the current, we're going to have an eel sitting right there. So when those cobia come up to see what that smell is, they're going to find an eel, and hopefully you'll decide to eat that.
The difference is Charleston Marine. Does your boat need some attention, routine maintenance, or a complete engine rebuild? Our certified technicians are ready to help. Looking to buy or sell a boat? Charleston Marine takes all the hassle out of the sales process, even if the boat needs repairs. Charleston Marine, 5071 Rivers Avenue, teamcharlestonmarine.com, or like us on Facebook.
Your yard is the first thing people see, so let's start with a good first impression. At Murray Lawn Care Service, we're a local South Carolina company specializing in lawn and bed maintenance, irrigation, lawn installation, and contractual lawn care maintenance. Give us a call at 843-830-8117. Check us out on Facebook and murraylawncareservice.com.
Usually we use frozen chum, but I stopped at 4 different places, and all these guys out here, I think they got all my chum I was looking for. So we're gonna try something a little new. This is put out by White Marsh. It's White Marsh fish chum. It's a biodegradable bag. It's, as you can see, it's Menhaden fish meal. It has Menhaden oil, and as you can see there, not for human consumption. If you could smell this thing, you wouldn't want to consume any of it. And what happens is this is going to expand by 4 times. So we're going to try it, see what happens. I don't know. Well, maybe this will be a nice potential sponsor in the future. Who knows? Go. All right, we're going to take this chum bag, put a bunch of weight on it, and we're going to get it right down to the bottom, right next to our bait.
American eels are nocturnal, swimming and feeding at night. Carnivores that feed on insects, fish eggs, crabs, worms, clams, and frogs. Eels will also eat dead animal matter. Eels can move equally well and forcefully forward and backwards, giving them the ability to pull, twist, and spin to tear apart large prey. Since we use circle hooks, I set a very light drag. As the cobia inhale and move off with the bait, the light drag will alert me and allow the cobia to swim off without too much resistance. I pick up the rod, tighten the drag, pull back with a constant pressure, and let the circle hook and the cobia hook itself.
My rig of choice for cobia, Gamakatsu 7/0 circle hook, 50-pound leader, and I like to snell my hooks to the line. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. We can take our line, insert it through the eye, make a large loop, lay the tag in down the shank, and I will pinch the eye with the line like this. And we take this, rotate it over. We're going to start making about 10 loops. And every time I make a loop, I try to keep it tight against the previous one, just like this. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can count too. 8, 9. This will be our last one. I'm going to take my middle finger, put pressure there, and take these 2 fingers. This is a handful. We've got everything in one hand. Take the line and draw it tight. And then take this tag in and pull it. Pull tight, trim this off, and we're ready to fish. Oh man, here we go. There he comes, coming up to the top. There he is. Yes, sir. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Looks like a little guy though, daggone it. Well, then again, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see. He's coming back behind us. Of course, he would be in the sun, wouldn't he? Yeah, daggone it, he's a little guy. Oh man, unfortunately this little guy, because like I said, he's little, unfortunately. State of South Carolina, they have to be at least 33 inches fork length. And obviously this little guy is maybe 24, so we're gonna have to let him go. And the good thing about this is it's a circle hook. Ah, that's a little baby cobia right there. We can let him go. Okay, you ready? All right, little guy, head on back, get big.
The full moon is rising. You're on the ocean alone, charting a new course. It's just you and your boat. You have to trust. Find your way to a new day. Chart your course with Pioneer Boats.
Your yard is the first thing people see, so let's start with a good first impression. At Murray Lawn Care Service, we're a local South Carolina company specializing in lawn and bed maintenance, irrigation, lawn installation, and contractual lawn care maintenance. Give us a call at 843-830-8117. Check us out on Facebook and murraylawcareservice.com. Well, at least we didn't get skunked today, but also we can't cook our catch. So I got in touch with the producers of Variety Cooking and was able to get a hold of one of my video transcribed episodes. I'm a little younger while I'm working on the wahoo, but good thing about this recipe is you can substitute cobia for wahoo, and I hope you enjoy. Let's start on our main course. And we're going to start with the Hoppin John first, because it takes a pretty good long time to get that thing going and cooked down. And Hoppin John, you're probably asking yourself, what is that? Well, it's basically long grain rice and black-eyed peas. And it's cooked down in the stock that the peas are cooked in. And let's start with our stock. That is going to be a tablespoon of butter that's melted, and we have right here I'm using a Vidalia onion. You can use whatever onion you want. I like the little bit of the sweetness that the Vidalia adds to the dish. We're going to saute that. And then we're going to add this thing here, which is called a ham hock. It's not very appetizing, but it gives unbelievable flavor to a stock, to a soup, especially what we're getting ready to add to the rice. And this is the knee portion of a pig that's been smoked. And like I said, it's not the most appetizing looking thing in the world, but it really does add a lot of flavor to what you're cooking. All right, we've got our stock boiling. We're extracting those great flavors from this ham hock. After this cooks down for about 15-20 minutes, we'll add our peas. Black-eyed peas, if you take a look at them, are basically I guess you could say a semi-white pea with a black eye. 2 hour stock. Allow them to come back to a boil and cook for about 30 minutes. All right, it's cooked down for about 30 minutes. We've reduced the liquid to almost half. Over here in the rice steamer, which I tell you what, this thing's been, I believe, been passed down, I think, from my grandmother. It's one of these, you're living in Charleston, it's the old-timey rice steamer that we used to get from Belk's. And I tell you, that's about the only way I cook rice. In the steamer, we've got a cup of long grain rice. We're going to add our stock, and now we're going to add our black-eyed peas. And that is the foundation for Hoppin John. Give her a stir, incorporate everything, get it situated. We'll bring this to a rolling boil. You'll see the steam begin to come up, and then we'll turn the heat down to about medium. And then about an hour later, you've got Hoppin John.
The difference is Charleston Marine. Does your boat need some attention, routine maintenance, or a complete engine rebuild? Our certified technicians are ready to help. Looking to buy or sell a boat? Charleston Marine takes all the hassle out of the sales process, even if the boat needs repairs. Charleston Marine, 5071 Rivers Avenue, teamcharlestonmarine.com, or like us on Facebook.
The full moon is rising. You're on the ocean alone, charting a new course. It's just you and your boat. You have to trust. Find your way to a new day. Chart your course with Pioneer Boats.
Win yourself one of 3 Gourmet Fishing limited edition cookbooks by emailing the code below to gf@gourmetfishing.com.
Hi, I'm David Murray. I'm chairman of the Saltmarsh Apparel Foundation. And on December 5th, I'd like to invite y'all out to the first annual SMA Foundation Sheepshead and Trout Tournament, sponsored by Pioneer Boats and the Charleston Yacht Club. We have cash and prizes for all places, and the proceeds, they're going to benefit the Ronald McDonald House right here in our great city of Charleston. But December 2nd, we got the captain's meeting at the Charleston Yacht Club, where we're going to have raffles, auctions, food, and drink. So check us out on Facebook, or for more information and better yet, online donations, go to saltmarshapparelfoundation.com. All right, while the Hoppin John is cooking, let's begin with our fish. This is a piece of wahoo. Now we need to actually take the skin off the fish. You can leave it on if you want. I don't care for skin. I like the marinade to actually get all of the meat, be in contact with the meat. But we also have a little bit of what I call a bloodline here. And that's a little bitter. I don't care for it. Again, if you want to leave it there, that's fine. But I'm going to show you how I like to prepare a piece of fish for this recipe, which is going to include removing the bloodline and skinning all at the same time. We will come down with the knife right down the center, and then just slowly and carefully cut it with the knife. As you notice, the bloodline isn't there, and we'll attempt to do the same thing on this side. Be careful. And there's the other piece. And here's the middle, and we can toss that away. Our marinade is going to include extra virgin olive oil, about a half a teaspoon of garlic, and a half a teaspoon of ginger. And we're going to use our trusty Ziploc bag to actually do this. Now, some people say, how do you know that's 2 tablespoons? Well, it's not an exact science, so that looks good enough to me. But we have ginger and garlic. Add it in. Give it a little squeeze. Take a little bit of salt. Salt our fish, both sides. Then we're going to place it in the bag. Now, after we got the fish in here, we need to squeeze all the air out of the bag. And what that's going to do is going to allow basically 100% of the marinade to come in contact with our fish and give us a good flavor. Now, at this point, we're going to stick it in the refrigerator for about an hour. And while we're doing that, letting that getting all good, we're going to work on our crust, which consists of about a half a cup of breadcrumbs, about a quarter cup of ground macadamia nuts, put in a food processor, pulsed it a few times. I'm not big with crunchy things on my fish. We have 4 tablespoons of butter, and we have our herbs, which is half a teaspoon of dill, half a teaspoon of basil, and half a teaspoon of thyme. And these are all fresh herbs. Breadcrumbs. Now we're going to add our butter, dill, basil, and thyme. Take a fork and you want to work the breadcrumbs into the butter, or butter into the breadcrumbs, whichever you prefer. When it doesn't work like this, best thing to do is just to use your fingers. Now at that point, we'll add our macadamia nuts and do the same thing. As you see, we could almost make a ball out of this, and that's what we're looking for because we need that to stick to our fish. All right, it's been about an hour. We've stirred the Hoppin John a couple of times, and now it's time to actually cook the wahoo. We're going to take a little sheet pan here, take our breading, dump it in, and we will spread it out. Nice layer. Take our wahoo, one piece at a time. And we're going to place it on the breading and press down. And it grabs the breading, kind of like magic. Just like that. Now we'll take it, transfer it to our other sheet pan, respread it, and do the same thing with the other piece. 1 and 2. We've got our oven on 375 degrees. We're going to put the fish in there, and about 8-10 minutes later, she's done. That simple and that easy. All right, I tell you, it's been about an hour. Man, this thing is looking good. That's your Hoppin John right there. I tell you what, we need to give it a taste. Make sure we don't need to do anything else to it. It's hot now, so be careful. Not bad. It's hot, not bad. Our Hoppin John's ready. We brought our sauce back from the dead. Now it's time to pull the wahoo out and plate it up. Remember, hot oven. Use something so you don't burn yourself. Oh man, there you go. How's that look? All right. Now, bring our Hoppin John over. That looks good too. Got a little bit of a double plate action here. Have fun when you're trying to plate something up. Make it look good. I'm gonna add a good helping of Hoppin John. Now, I'm going to take our fish, piece here, piece here, clean our plate. We made a mess. That. Add a little bit of color. Have fun with it. Just like that. Whoop. Having problems with chives today. Now, our sauce we brought back. Excited about that. Looks a lot better than it did, doesn't it? Take a little bit of our sauce, add on the top, drizzle it around. A bit of parsley. And here we go. That is Macadamia Nut crusted wahoo with Hoppin John. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned a little something about Beaufort's Broad River cobia fishing. Something you can take with you the next time you're down there fishing on the Broad River. And the recipe. You know, it's wahoo, but it's a very simple recipe to substitute cobia for the wahoo. So don't forget to make memories that'll last you a lifetime and take your kids fishing. We'll see y'all next time.
Gourmet Fishing is brought to you in part by Pioneer Boats, Saltmarsh Apparel, Charleston Marine, Murray Lawn Care Service, and Jetty Cricket.
They stay sharp.
Yeah, they do. Oh, God, it stinks. Holy crap. Smell-o-vision. Wish y'all had it. You could really smell that thing. God almighty. All right.